Hey boys and girls, I know several of you have returned to your school sites for in-person instruction, but a lot of you are still doing distance learning. So if you haven't been back to your school sites, what has happened at recess time is they've put a few games out there that you can do socially distanced while still getting some physical activity in. I'm going to show you a few of those games today. Come on and follow me. In the game of Stick It, your objective here is to try to accumulate as many points as possible. You do that by jumping from either number 1, 2, or 3 and trying to land in these different zones. If you land in the green zone, it's 10 points, red zone 20, and blue zone 30. But you can increase your score if you can land on one foot in this oval, which is 40 points in the green, 50 points in the red, and 60 points in the blue. Each person will take a turn as they rotate up on these dots. Now, for example, if I'm the next person in line and I come up to the number 1 and I jump and I land in the red with 2 feet, I earned 20 points. Because 20 times the one I jumped from is 20. And I go back to the end of the line. Now what you can also do is you can get a little running start as well. 1, 2, 3. So I stuck it, and I have to hold that pose for 3 seconds, and I jumped from the 2 and I landed on the 50 on 1 foot. Because remember, if I'm landing on the oval, I have to land on 1 foot. So 50 times 2 is 100, or you could say 50 plus 50. And I go back to the end of the line and it's the next person's turn. Do you really want to increase your score? Well, here's an additional way to do so. If you jump in the air and do a 180, a half turn, and stick it, you can double your score. Or if you can do a complete 360 in the air and stick it, you can increase it 4 times. This activity is called Foursquare. Now you might be thinking, I know how to play Foursquare, but we're not allowed to share equipment, so there is no ball in this activity. But what we do have are these colors and shapes here. There will be 4 players in this activity: A, B, C, and D. And each one will stand on their spots. Now player A, who's the champion at that time, gets to call out either a color or a shape, and they must let the group know. So I can either call out shapes or colors, and I'm going to call out colors. So if I call out blue, I jump to blue and I jump back. Now the person who's standing on blue, which would be D right now, it means it's their turn because I called out their color. So they may jump to orange and then back. Well, whose turn is it now? It'd be back to me because I'm standing on orange. So perhaps I jump to red and back. So that means it's B's turn to go. So they would jump to a color and call it out. Now, a few ways that you might get eliminated from this activity. If you jump at the wrong time, or if you jump to the wrong color or shape, or if you hesitate too long, then you're eliminated. You go to the end of the line, and the next person rotates in. We'll try to get a few students out here to demonstrate. All right, boys and girls, I have some of my students here from Arroyo School. This is Vincent, Michael, Shailene, and Zoe, and they've been kind enough to help us demonstrate the activity. Because Vincent is on A, he's going to call out colors or shapes to begin the game. Boys and girls, are you ready? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move back out of the game and I'll rotate in when somebody is eliminated. Start.
Triangle. Square.
Blue.
Orange.
Red.
Green. Blue.
Okay, there was a hesitation there. So Michael would be Vincent was eliminated. So he goes out of the game, and everybody gets to move one place forward because A is now vacant. So Zoe becomes the new leader. So she's going to choose either shapes or colors. Okay, Shaylina's out. We rotate over. And Vincent comes into D, and Zoe is still the champion, so she'll call it out.
Triangle.
Green. Red. Blue.
Red. Green.
Orange.
Red.
Red.
Triangle.
Orange.
Triangle.
Green.
I hesitated, so I'm out of the game. They rotate up one spot. So it leaves D vacant, and Shailene takes that place. Okay, thank you, boys and girls. Try it out when you get to campus. This activity is called Simon. Kind of like Simon Says, because you must follow the pattern of the leader. There are two circles, so you're competing against one other person. Both of you start in the center gray area. If I'm the leader, I'm going to begin by jumping to one of the colors and then back to the center. So I might go green and then back to the center. My challenger over here would do the same thing. If they can copy that same pattern, then we continue on. If they don't, then they're out of the game. And the next person rotates in. Or if I forget the pattern that I just performed, I'm out of the game. So now I might go green, blue, back to the center. Okay, I have to remember when I add my next one, green, blue, green, back to the middle. So I added one more to it each time, and they must follow that same sequence as I must follow the same sequence as well, the same pattern. Green, blue, green, orange, back to the middle. So they would do green, blue, green, orange, back to the middle. Simon Says, take one. Blue. Blue, green. Blue, green, blue.
Oh,
Were you up?
yeah.
Okay, so she would exit the game and Zoe would take her spot. I still get to lead it because I'm still the champion right now. But let's say I make a mistake, then Zoe will be the new leader. Orange. Orange, green. Orange, green, red. Orange, green, red, blue. Step out. Okay, she rotates out and Shailene comes in. Red. Red, blue. Red, blue, blue. So she would rotate out and Zoe comes in. You can also play these activities at home using sidewalk chalk.